Throughout his whole career, Valentino Garavani only had one vision. He wanted to make women beautiful. So we found out how at the Valentino exhibition.
Okay, as I mentioned, Pamela Goldwyn created this exhibition based on themes and variations. So this is one of the themes. It's a floral theme, and you can see that every single dress in this particular group has a floral element to it. The flowers are embroidered, the flowers are imprinted in the fabric, the flowers have the corsage and actual flowers in the chiffon, in the lace, embedded in the lace, printed, and it's all done by hand. This particular dress, as you can see, it has a bit of a Chinese motif into it. Mr. Valentino is a big collector of artifacts, and this particular dress was inspired by one of the elements that he has in his collection, for example.
This is beautiful. Will any of these dresses ever get worn again?
No, unfortunately not. They're museum pieces, they're archival pieces. As a matter of fact, one of the reasons why you feel a little bit chilly here is because we had to adhere to very strict museographic conditions. We had to keep the humidity down to about 50%, and our temperature has to be between 18 to 20 degrees. And the lighting has to be very low. My favorite from this collection, I would say probably this one, just because of the work and creativity and volume. And once again, here you have a different techniques. You have the emphasis on the movement, on the value. You see the embroidery, the applique. You see the element that are emphasizing the waist. You see the femininity. And it's just fabulous, and I love the light gray color as well.
It's beautiful.
And here, for example, in this lace blouse, you can see the flowers are embedded, embroidered inside, woven into the lace, and in a double layering as well. If you pay attention very closely, in the sleeves, see the voluminous pieces, there are roses, there are flowers inside the sleeve.
So what are these? These are beautiful, and I recognize this one.
Yes, that's right. Well, Mr. Valentino, when he moved after his studies in Paris, he studied in Paris. When he moved back to Rome in 1959, it was the life of La Dolce Vita. It was his playground. He loved the dress celebrities. He loved the red carpet. He knew what would go well with the red carpet itself. This is dress, as you well recognize it, that was worn by Julia Roberts for her Oscars in 2001, I think, yes, 2001. But the interesting fact about this dress was made in 1992, basically 10 years before Julia Roberts wore it. It was white, and this particular dress was worn by Kate Blanchett.
Beautiful.
And it's made out of the very strong yellow color, and yet the yellow color is picked in such a way that when it goes against the red carpet, it looks beautiful. As you can see, all the mannequins at this collection are in silver, except these 5 ladies who are gold. These 5 beautiful creations are done by the new designers for the House of Valentino, and the elements extremely extraordinary. They're made, of course, as well, everything by hand. They are made by, most of the time, some of the seamstresses who've done the dresses for Mr. Valentino are still working at the House of Valentino, so the workmanship and
still the same.
Still absolutely superb.
Now, would the prices of the recent Valentinos actually be less than the old Valentinos?
Couture is couture.
Which means too many zeros for me to afford. Meanwhile, stay tuned because we dive into color next on our little private tour.